Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today I'm in Alberta, and my special guests are Angela and Matt. And what's your all's background? What's your all's story?
Okay, so I'm a fifth generation rancher. I was a veterinarian for 4 or 5 years, and then we moved back to the farm in 2018, and we were conventional ranchers. And then Angela challenged me enough that we're regenerative ranchers and been trying some new things since 2018, and we're here today.
Things are kind of going different now.
Yes, yep, yeah. Much improved.
So you were able to basically, last time I saw you were still doing a little bit of vet work, but your heart was in this ranch.
Yes, sir.
And thanks to your wife challenging you, y'all have kind of changed. What some of the things that you're doing different now? I mean, to make it where you can stay on the ranch.
So we moved from March, April calving. That was the first thing. Transitioned to more year-round grazing, quit haying. We're running a lot more yearling cattle now. So yep. We used to just have the breeding heifers and a 300 cow-calf herd. Now we're 250 cow-calf and 800 to 1,000 yearlings for the summer. No haying, or if we do hay, we have the neighbors do it. And
yeah, doesn't sound like you're using a lot of equipment out there.
No, we sold the tractor, baler, cutter. We sold two tractors. So yeah,
those tractors are free, aren't they? I mean, they just run on sunshine, right?
Yeah, it's the next one that'll get you. Yeah.
We custom graze a lot too, and that wasn't part of the ranch before.
Okay.
Yeah, we started custom grazing for some good friends of ours, and then as we figured out marketing, we own more and more yearlings. So now we're about half owned and half custom.
Okay. The custom grazing, I've did that for several years, and that's a pretty good deal. I mean, you know you're getting that. It's good cash flow. You know, and it kind of gives you. Cash flow is extremely important on a ranch, and we all have living and business expenses, and so that kind of helps. Where are we located at, first of all?
We're southwest of Cochrane, Alberta, directly west of Calgary, Alberta, about a half an hour, and it's a community called Jumping Pound in the foothills of Alberta.
Yeah, and so the mountains over here, the Rocky Mountains, is not too far from you.
Not far, yeah.
No.
Your wife was telling me last night, Matt, that she came out here one day, she thought there was a cow out up here on the hill, and it was a grizzly bear.
Yeah.
Tell me that story, would you?
Well, I was driving down the driveway with the kids, and I just out of the corner of my eye, I saw something big, and I thought, there shouldn't be cows in here, so I turned and looked, and sure enough, it was a grizzly, but
gosh,
it stayed up in the trees all day, and then it went right through our yard at supper time.
Yeah.
We had 2 other young ones that spring that were fortunately a little bit more wary. And
2 more young grizzly bears?
Yes, we had 3 last spring wander through.
Previous to that, we hadn't had grizzlies that we knew of.
Lots of cougars, lots of coyotes.
Yeah.
You occasionally see the cougars out here?
Occasionally, yeah.
We don't so much see the cougars, but we see their kills that they leave behind.
Oh, really?
Well, right by the tank site, there was a dead deer a month ago, just 20 yards from the tanks that we toured today.
That he'd killed?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you have much trouble with predation on your calves?
No, not really.
The odd coyote kill, but
not very often.
We had more in March and April when the calves were born in the snow and the coyotes had nothing else to eat, but since moving to May, June, they're eating gophers and rabbits and deer.
Not so much your calves.
Yeah, they don't have the pressure on the calves. So, yeah.
Matt, tell me a little your family history. I know was it your dad or your grandfather came in? And this ranch has been in your all's name for how many years?
Since 1885. So
1885.
My great-great-grandpa immigrated from Ireland, I think in 1883, and made his way across Canada and then homesteaded here after driving a mule train through to the Morley Indian Reserve.
Wow. And so that's been here ever since. Your dad, his place is back over the hill over here?
And that's the original homestead is where they are. Yeah.
And you and Angela have been together for how many years on this place?
On this place, we moved back in 2018. Yeah.
Okay.
Christmas of 2017. So,
okay.
Yeah. I graduated vet school in 2014, worked in Brooks, Alberta as a cattle practitioner for 4 years, and saw some different things, and the opportunity to come home arose, and we jumped on it, and then I was a half-time vet for, 3 years, and now I'm a full-time rancher. I vet a little bit for the neighbors, but that's it. Yeah.
Well, if you two had to give an advice to a young couple that maybe they have town jobs and they want to go back to the land, what piece of advice would you two give them?
Go to Ranching for Profit.
Yeah,
Go to ranching for profit.
that really helped us. Be open-minded, try new things.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to fail. All of our trials have had more successes than failures. We failed lots,
Yep.
but succeeded more.
But we learned the most from the failures.
Follow
Yeah.
the numbers.
Yep.
And realize that sometimes you can't afford to work in town. That's what I realized, that I just couldn't afford to have a day job, that working my trading time for money wasn't worthwhile. I could make more money working on the business and working on getting our grazing right.
Yeah. And it looks to me like you've got a pretty good life out now. You can spend it with your kids.
Yeah, so Wade, he didn't see me much in his first 2 years of life. I was vetting 12 hours a day, and see him just as he woke up if I was lucky, and when I got home. And now they come with us, or at least I'm home for lunch and supper.
That's important, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
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 So what's your favorite part of this whole ranching enterprise that you're doing now? I mean, what really is the favorite part of your day?
Watching grass grow and cows grow, and just pushing the limit, see how far we can get.
Yeah.
No 2 days are the same.
Yeah. There's always going to be something different.
Yeah, and there's always something to learn.
Yeah. So it's a challenge. It's not like a calendar where every day you just turn the
Yeah.
calendar.
I thought it'd be easy, and that's why I became a vet, because I wanted a challenge, and being a rancher is way harder than being a vet.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to think on your feet.
Yeah.
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 It's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a system. It's
No,
not
it's
a
not a
system.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So-
can't be prescriptive. We tried that. It didn't work.
Principles. Not
Follow the
practices.
principles and trust your gut and
Yeah.
see what happens. So
Well, I've been here twice. You all had me out, and Jan and I last night for a wonderful dinner, and I want to thank you all for that.
you're welcome.
And just visiting tonight, you had us back for burgers after our pasture walk today, and it was just nice visiting with everybody out
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a true ranching community. You still do the ranching where you all help each other brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have big community brandings and do about 6 of them a year, and everybody trades help, and fall gather, we help each other, and we're a mix of intensive and pretty extensive depending on the country, but
Yeah.
as we get our grazing right, we can get a bigger herd, and then just that naturally makes it more dense grazing. So that's been a big key, is just getting a bigger herd and getting water, and
Yeah.
you don't have to do as much cross fencing when you double your herd size. So
Exactly. We did a pasture walk, folks, today on their farm, and we didn't walk. We had a wagon. We took them way back over that hill over there, and the water system you all had up back there is just phenomenal. You got 15,000 gallons pumped from the valley floor up onto the high point of your ranch, and then you're using gravity.
Yeah.
There's no pumps after
exactly,
that.
yeah. It's a new system. We've put it in May, and it pumps up 220 feet to the tanks, and then gravity feeds from there to 7 water points and 4 miles of pipe, and getting cattle up on top of the hills instead of down to the creeks and the dugouts, and
Yeah.
and
You're growing more grass.
grow more grass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making a better living.
And drought proofing the place. Last
Yep.
year we had no water and lots of grass. This year we have lots of water and not as much grass, but
Yeah.
now that it's raining, we'll see what happens.
Well, you made the comment that when you put the water up on top of the hills, and now the cattle, instead of hanging around the water all the time, they're out grazing.
Yes.
And I noticed that today when we made those moves. Those cattle went out and grazed.
Yeah.
They could have hung around the water tank, but they went out and grazed, and I see that a lot. There's not enough water points, but you've got it all set up out there, and I thought that was pretty cool. It's all gravity.
Yeah.
It's all gravity.
It's all gravity. Yep.
So not a pump to break, no pressure tanks to maintain, except for the one pumping it up the hill.
One pumping up the hill. Yep.
Yeah. Well, folks, I want to thank you all for your time. It's been enjoyable spending a little bit of time with you all,
Thank you.
and I'd like to come back and maybe within the next 5 years, and we'll see how you
Yeah,
all
that'd be
are hanging
great.
out.
Absolutely.
Your kids are going to be
Yeah.
bigger
They'll be
then,
big.
Yeah.
and just thank you both.
Thank you for coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Folks, on the way out, hit that subscribe button if you would, and have a great day, and we'll see you next time.